everyone, this is TJ with TNG Apparel Designs. Today I'm going to be working on the Barn Star Sampler by Shelly Kavana. I will be making this quilt top right here on the front cover. She had the option for a block of the month through her website, which is Chorus Quilts. I will link that below. This is cohort 4. I don't think that she will be doing this particular block of the month again, but she may. It did say that this was the final time. It was $35.50 per month, and that included shipping for all of the fabrics to make the quilt top. The fabrics were curated and picked from her, mostly from her line, and I think there may be one or two. So far, I've only gotten the first month. The first month started in June, but they had a hiccup with shipping, so I didn't get my fabric until almost the end of June, so hence this video was a little late, but hopefully they said that everything should be on schedule and that this month's, which is July, should ship on time. So again, I'm going to be working on this. I'm going to be working on block 10, which is the ribbon star, and block 11, which is the mosaic star. And you have to make 3 of each. I will show you what they will look like because I've already made one of each. Block 10. I'm just going to double check myself. I believe that one is block 10. Yes, this is block 10, which is the ribbon star. So I'm going to make, I need to make 3. I've already made 2. And then this one is the mosaic star. It's really pretty. Mosaic star. Ribbon star. All right, well, let's get started. I will show you 2 rulers that you can use to make these. Or you can just make it the traditional flying geese way. The first block that we're going to make is the ribbon star, which is number 10, which is page 28 in the book. You do need the book in order to complete this quilt top. Step 1 has you making 4 flying geese. There are 3 ways, there are probably more ways than that to make flying geese, but I'm going to tell you 3. You can use the traditional way in the book, which is using your main piece in the middle and adding, I will do a demonstration. I gotta get a small piece of fabric. Actually, I'll just show you with this. So, the traditional way, bring it down a little bit, is to use a piece of fabric and to put a piece on the, starting on the left or the right, sew a 1/4 of an inch, cut off and fold back. And then you do the same on this corner, sew a 1/4 of an inch, cut this off and fold back. So it'll look like this, traditional way. There are 2 other ways using 2 different rulers. So the first one is the Deb Tucker's wing clipper. Let's see if I can get you so this is called the wing clipper 1. And you'll see it has numbers going across the top, and then there are numbers going across the side. Okay, so with this ruler you can make 10 different sized flying geese. 10 different sizes of flying geese. Okay, the other option is the Quilting a Day ruler by Eleanor Burns. This is the large flying geese ruler, and this makes 2 sizes, a 2x4 or a 4x8. Okay, and this dotted line up here is just a 1/4 of an inch at the top. All right, I am going to use the Eleanor Burns ruler, which is the Quilt in the Day, but I'm going to do different directions than what comes with the booklet. Now, if you go onto Fat Quarter Shop, they have a fast flying geese cheat sheet, and this is what I'm going to use. I have cut my fabric according to this, so you want to look at the unfinished size of the flying geese, and the unfinished size is 2.5 by 4.5. And then it gives you some little symbols over here. This is stating you can use the Calling All Geese ruler by Quilting Today or the large flying geese ruler, okay, to make this. So you're going to cut your center, which is this one down here. Your center square in the middle is going to be cut at 6. And then your cornerstones, that fabric, is going to be cut at 7. You're going to cut only one piece for the center, one piece for the cornerstones. And this will make 4 flying geese. Okay. And I'm just going to follow the directions that she has printed here. I will link this cheat sheet in the description box below. But this to me is the easiest and most accurate way and quickest way to make flying geese. So this fabric is your cornerstone, and this is the center part of the flying geese. So you're going to kind of center it in the middle. And I'm using a friction pin. And from corner to corner, you want to make sure it's kind of corner to corner. You don't have to do this, but I do. You're going to draw a line down the center, like so. Hopefully you can see that. All right. From that line, I'm going to do a 1/4 of an inch. Make that a little darker. Okay, you can see that. So this is a 1/4 of an inch line from this center one here. Let me make this darker. Okay, there we go. So from this center line, you're going to mark a 1/4 of an inch. And then from this center line, you're going to do another 1/4 of an inch on this side. Okay. So you're going to have 3 lines. One in the middle, a 1/4 of an inch on the left, and a 1/4 of an inch on the right. What you're going to do now, I am going to pin this. So this part you will not see me sew because it's just too much of a headache to keep going back and forth to the changing the camera angle, because this is a perfect camera angle. But I'll just show you everything that I'm doing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on this line and this line. Do not, if you sew on the middle line, that's fine. It's going to be cut anyway. But you're going to sew on the left line, the outer left line, and the outer right line. Okay. So I've sewn that. I don't know if you can see. Yep, I've used a gray thread. You can see that. So I've sewn on this line and this line. All right. Now I'm going to cut on this middle line. I'm going to cut right on this middle line. Okay. And you have 2 pieces. All right. All right. So you've cut that into 2 pieces. You're going to press towards this bigger piece, which is your corner squares. So you're going to press away from your center. So you're going to press towards this. Okay. And this is now what your pieces look like. You have one there and one here. Yeah, just a little bit. So these are your two pieces. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put one piece like this, and then your other piece, you're going to flip it over this way. And you're going to match them bottom to top, like so. I'll show you again. You have one piece face up. This piece you're going to face down, making sure you have opposite prints. So this dark pink is going to meet the point of that yellow, and then the yellow is going to meet the point of that pink. All right. I'm just going to pin these together right here on the sides. Okay. So it's going to look like that. You're going to have these little clipped wing pieces out on the side. So it's going to look like that. You're going to be one on top of the other. Now what you're going to do, just like when we did the first one, I'm going to draw one line down the center, and then 1/4 of an inch on the left and 1/4 of an inch on the right. So I'll show you that. So I'm just drawing a line. Make sure you're going up and down. Okay, you do not go parallel to this line. Yeah, the seams will run in the same direction, but they will not meet. Don't think these are going to nest. No, you're going to put them one on top of the other like so. All right. And first I'm drawing my line down the center. And then I'm doing 1/4 of an inch. If you have any of the Creative Grids rulers, they have this dotted line is 1/4 of an inch. It tells you right here. If you have any of the Creative Grid rulers. Okay. So that's what it's going to look like. You're going to sew on this right line and this left line, and you're going to cut on this center line. Okay. So I've sewn on both lines. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'm going to cut on this center line. All right. You now have two pieces that look like this. Okay. So you'll see down here, it says in between where the two fabrics meet. Okay, so in this little corner here, this is where the fabrics kind of join. You're going to clip to, but not through. Just going to give it a little clip right there on that side, and then you flip it over and give it a clip on this side. Do not cut the thread. You're just going to clip to it. Okay, and you're going to do that on both. So you're going to do 4 cuts. One on that side, one on this side. And then when you press it, you're going to press to the dark pink on that side and to the dark pink on that side. What that does is it allows the fabric to relax. Okay, and this is what it looks like pressed. Okay, so now you can use whichever ruler that you want to. I am going to use the Eleanor Burns, but I'll also show you how to use the wing clipper. So you're going to turn it this way, and on the Eleanor Burns I'm going to use the 2 by 4 side. Oh, I do have to give one caveat here. I cut mine a 1/2 inch shorter because the fabric that they gave in the kit was not enough to cut from the directions from the Fat Quarter Shop, So mine are a little bit smaller, but that's okay. All right. So what you do, unfortunately I can't get you like right on the top. You're going to put the triangle right at the tip, and then you're going to cut right across the top. I will not have a lot to cut off. You will have more to cut off if you're using the dimensions in the on the chart. Cut right across. And since I'm doing this in front of you, so when you do that, so I cut across the top, and then I'm also going to cut off what I have on the side. Okay. Then you're gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip my ruler. Sorry, I have to do this to the side. So I'm just checking your top and your side should be straight. Now I'm gonna cut off this right side, like so. And then to get my bottom, I'm gonna turn the ruler in this direction. And this line here, so you're gonna turn it in this direction, and this line is gonna go on this line right here. This dark line. And I'm just gonna trim up the bottom. And so that's your perfect flying geese. So to show you again, facing this way, I'm gonna do it to the side. This one has a little more meat in that triangle. Cut, cut. Oops. Okay. Gonna flip it. Gonna flip my ruler. Still just gonna cut this side off, making sure this matches up in the center. And then to get this edge, I'm gonna put this matching that dark line, that dark black line. I'm cutting off the bottom. All right. To use the wing clipper, we're doing 2.5 by 4.5. So you'll see on the wing clipper, you have a 2.5 right here, a 4.5 down here, as well as a 4.5 over here, and a 2.5 right here. So I'm first gonna use the 2.5 at the top, and it makes an X. So let me hold that up. All right, so you'll see these X's here on the wing clipper, the X right here. You're going to put it in the center of the fabric like so. Okay, and then this line is going to follow on that edge. It's a line right here. All right. So this is gonna, and then you're gonna cut here. That's gonna give 1/4 of an inch. And also I'm gonna cut this left side off. All right, so you're gonna turn it upside down. You're gonna take your ruler and you're gonna look for the 4.5. So the line is before the actual number you need. So this is 4.5. So you're gonna put that over here, and okay, let me hold it up so that this makes sense. This V here with this little triangle should meet in this point. So you have a line going from here to there. So you can see this is not my preferred ruler to use. And then you're going to cut this and cut that. Because also once you put it on the 4.5, you also have 2.5 over here on this side. So you have 4.5. This is hard to see. 4.5 here, and this line goes down to the 2.5. Alright, and then you're just gonna cut and cut. I think I need to change my blade. I do see a little piece here I'm gonna cut off. On the top. Okay, and so that's what that looks like. I'll show you that one again. You're gonna start out with your 2.5. So you have your 2.5 here, where that little star meets in the center. And then you have 4.5 over here. So 4.5 is here. You can see that. And then you see how this crosses over right here in the center. Hold that up. Your 2.5 is going to cross right there in the center like that. Remember, the 2.5 is before the number. Okay. I'm going to flip the piece. And then now I'm going to use the 4.5 and this V intersecting. Then I'm going to cut here. And here. All right. And so this makes all 4 of the flying geese. I need to press that a little bit. All 4 of the flying geese that you need. All right, so now this is actually going to come together very, very quickly. So to 1 flying geese, you're going to add your D. So you're going to add your D. 1 here. 1 there. So you're going to add a D to the left and a D to the right. So you're going to make 1 of those. Then to another one, you're going to flip that flying geese upside down. And you're going to add a D to the right and a D to the left. All right. Okay. Next, we're going to make a square and a square unit. So you're going to take your C and your A's. On my A's, I've already drawn, oops, I'm sorry about that. I've drawn a line. And I'm going to put one in my bottom left, one in my top right. I'm going to sew on both of the lines, cut, and flip out. And then I'm going to come back and do the next two sections. I'm going to do bottom right, top left. Sew, cut a 1/4 of an inch, and press outward. You're going to press to the A. And that's what that looks like. All right, so now we're going to put it together. And that's what it looks like. And we're going to add it all together. So you're going to put this one on the top, like so, and this one on the bottom. And they will nest.